and welcome to another episode of the Bazaar Over Explained. And today we are playing Vanessa. I think Vanessa received a lot of pretty incredible buffs in the latest patch. Also, notably, Shark Claws was not nerfed, which is pretty awesome. So there's Vanessa, I think, is more viable than she was before. But all that said, how are we gonna start? And I feel like going for an enchanted item here. Let's try and high roll something interesting. Okay, turbo lighter. That's pretty good. Shielded honing steel is also pretty nice. Toxic silencer. So adding one poison to the board. I do kind of just like this turbo lighter. Hasting. The only problem is, I guess, that it's never going to haste more than one, unless we put like the rocket boots and sell those off and put some haste on it that way. The lighter overall did just get buffed, which is good too. It does more poisoning than it did before. Silencer is also just a really good item on Vanessa in general. So yeah, I am kind of just inclined to take the silencer. I don't know that the poison's going to matter too much. I don't know. The turbo lighter is more fun. Let's do that. Okay. Now I could get a silver tier item. Got an Andy. I think I'll just like Andy. There's an illusory. We'll just fill our board right now. Yeah, I'll take the silencer as well. Also take the clamora. So a lot of three good slowing items could give us some good direction. And we don't get the pyro here, but I will go to the Fang Dinglet. I think having a Fang is really strong right now. A 3-second cooldown small weapon item can proc so many great synergies. Just having a fast item in general is very good right now in the Bazaar. So I'm not unhappy to see that one. Additionally, getting something like the Deadly Eye skill could be pretty good. But what's even better is, hey, if you're watching one of my videos for the second time, I think a like is even better than a Fang. That's just my synopsis, but really it's for the people who've been watching for the third time, the people who've stuck it around, who want to keep seeing more content. Well, you can do that if you subscribe. I'm just saying, I think that'd be all better than all the other options, but we'll see what we get from the Fang Dinglet here, and hope that you make the right decision. Alright, we get a Fang, nice. Okay. Well, we did get that silencer. We also have a friend for the tiny furry monster, so let's not pass that up. Let's gain 1 XP. And, ooh, this is tough. There is Fins, which is undoubtedly the strongest option, because we just could get regeneration. And our board is super weak right now. But we could also go to Ayla and get a weapon and try and win day 1. I think with our setup, we could maybe do something like this. Maybe something like that. And I don't know that that'd be enough to win day 1 unless our opponents were very weak. I guess we could try and get like a katana from Ayla, and that'd be even better. We are going to want to probably try and go weapons from here. Yeah, that's a pretty difficult one. I think the regeneration is going to be more important overall for the next 3 days, so I'll go there. Could even help us win a fight against a Vanessa if they are like an ammo build or something like that, so we'll see what they've got. Okay, they have a cove, and they have a shiny lighter. Alright. Well, I think that burn is going to stack. So that is not good for us. I think that's going to be more damage than we're putting on them. We'll see. I think they're just going to have more than what we're doing. Maybe if we can like slow the lighter with the clamora. But yeah, man, an upgraded shiny lighter. That is tough. That's tough. Just basically soloed us. Okay. If we had a more powerful weapon, maybe we could have gotten there on that fight, but I think we made the more correct decision, I'll say. Alright, right-handed. I'll take that for sure. If we can get something like a cloak for this Fang, that could be pretty good. There's Tiny Furry Monster again. There's Kev's Armory. Kev says health and shield items. Could have like a seaweed for us. Could just also guarantee the max or some max HP or get another experience. 3 gold's not bad. I'm gonna go to the get another experience here. Okay, let's go to Ayla, see if we can get a better weapon. There's Lang Xian, Calico. Not really what I want. Let's reroll. Trebuchet. Well, I also like the switchblade for the Fang. Trebuchet can be strong. Generally, in my experience, Trebuchet is kind of a trap right now, but I'm inclined to try it. Doing something like this. Haste or use a weapon, yeah. I think the Fang can be good with the Trebuchet. And I think it'll be good enough to defeat the Rogue Scrapper. Covetous Thief also does again have the cloak. And we did take that extra XP, so we will be leveling up regardless of who we fight. Is there anything else that we would want from the thief besides the cloak? Grindstone could be okay. Yeah, let's just go to the Rogue Scrapper. Play it by the book. Getting Rust or the Junkyard Club could be good. I'm also, with this Trebuchet, just inclined to get as many weapons as I can for my board. I do also want to see with this board if the Trebuchet or the Fang is going off more. The Switchblade in itself is also not giving us too much here, but my hope is that we can kind of fill our board with a smattering of weapons and just use the overall damage output to try and burst down some of our opponents before they could get a lot of max HP. And we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, Junkyard Repair Bot. Not nothing. And yeah, let's look for some small weapons. There's a Clamor upgrade. That could be good later. There's also Catfish and Jellyfish. These have been, well, Jellyfish has been buffed, so now it does way more poisoning as you level it up. And I think let's stick with our theme. Let's try and look for some weapons. Okay, we'll take a Switchblade upgrade. And I'll buy these weapons just so that I have weapons to put on board. I'm not sure that we'll want to play them, but we'll take them. And it's unfortunate that this is not giving us money equal to our weapons, but because of that, I will just take the loot item here, get some more gold. Medkit. Okay, probably not utilizing the medkit. And there's B1, B2. So we could upgrade our Trebuchet. I think that'll probably be what we want to do. It'll just get some more damage. We didn't also realize now, check to see how much damage, or which was going off more to facilitate our right-handed and left-handed skill, or where we should place our items to capitalize off our right-handed skill, I'll say. For now, I guess I could calculate that, so looks like our breakpoint here is every, let's say, 7 seconds. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items having gone off. So that'll charge us, and it in itself will then have gone off just once. And then we'll have like 3-second cooldown on top of that. So let's just say twice. Pump that up a little bit. It's looking up like the 10-second mark. And the Fang will have gone off twice by then. Yeah. These are also going to run out of ammo eventually, so can keep that where it is, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's fight this Vanessa. They're level 3, we're also level 3. Let's see what they're doing. Save double barrel, water wheel. Double barrel with no way to reload it. They also have this volcanic vents, which is pretty insane with this emulating spark skill. So the burn damage they do is gonna be massive. Hopefully we can burst them down, and we do. Nice. Okay, burst damage, name of the game here in the first 3 days at least, so we'll keep up with the theme. I either need to find a way to reload these items or put more weapons on the board. And because of that, I'm willing to go to Andy. I think the mountain pass is the more correct decision, but we're already an XP ahead. I kind of want to just try and keep the momentum and put better weapons on our board, like a revolver. And I'll reroll as well. Alright, there's Powder Flask, and there's also the Piranhas. I'm also willing to take the Piranhas. That could be good. Just again, smattering of weapons. There's fins. I'll take another fins. Okay. So I'll put the revolver on board. I guess we can also calculate the damage here. So hover by Cooligan. They 650 health. And currently Bolas would do 80, 130. Let's just do it at the 30-second mark here. Grappling hook will have done 36. So 80, 130, 130, 166. So I've gone off twice. Then we'll have the Fang, which I've gone off 10 times. Would be upgrade here? I was trying to think of if I should put the Bolas on the board. I think at least I can put the Piranhas on the board. And I suppose that this will represent more damage than the grenade. Could even do something like this. And this I think will be a little bit better for us. Okay. Yeah, I think this makes enough sense. And let us fight the hooligan. Getting their gunner skill would be pretty nice. Getting an Uzi would be nice. Even a Bolas upgrade I would take. The weak point detector is also pretty strong for what we're trying to do, so I think there's enough value in trying to fight them here. We don't have a lot of defense, but we do have a good amount of offense, and my hope is that we can burst them down before they burst us down. And it's gonna be close. Oh my god, they live with 7 HP. Yikes. Okay. Well, that's not good for us. And we already saw our mountain pass event, so we're unlikely to get another experience. Also wondering if we should try and transform this turbo lighter now that I see Mandala here. If it becomes a weapon, that could be a nice upgrade for us. Also getting a katana here would be good, so yeah, let's go to middle. Even a double barrel would be nice too. Cutlass is strong as well. I think I want that cutlass. How do we facilitate that? I guess we sell the piranha. Take the cutlass. Oh, yeah, have to sell two more things. Sell these two. Take the cutlass. And getting some chocolates here, I think, is the name of the game. Let's do that. Alright. We are not leveled up and we're fighting a Vanessa. It is definitely scary. Does it make sense now to maybe do this? I think it does. If we're doing that, we want to do something like this. I think that makes a lot of sense. Alright. Let's... I was going to say we could replace the trebuchet on board, but I think that our configuration right now is the most powerful we can make it. This is also kind of the unfortunate thing about trebuchets. It is very slow and you need a lot of weapons. So, alright, they're doing something very similar, but they have shark claws and we don't. We also have golden switchblade. We have a little more HP than them, which maybe our only saving grace. No, okay. We needed that level up there. If we had that level up, we would have won, but That's okay. Alright. Upgrade to bronze tier item. Could upgrade the silencer. I like fishing for a damage skill here, or crit. Nice strength seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do strength. Alright. Well, now let's go to Sylvia and see if we can get more weapons. Alright. This grenade seems very strong. And I'll put the powder flask on it. Cutlass is not really the weapon I would ideally want in this build. I'd want something a little bit faster, but it still represents a good amount of damage. I'm also going to go to the docks here and just fish for a weapon. We get shark claws. Well, no, that's a good one. Seeing that we have shark claws, I wonder if we take this trebuchet off the board. This may be less damage, but I think it would be wise to do. Kind of exposes us to a hex a little bit more, but I think that this will be more damage overall. When our shark claws goes off, it's going to be adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be adding 80 damage to our board every 5 seconds. So I think that's going to represent a bit more damage and scaling compared to if we had the trebuchet. And we definitely needed to fight a hexa there to try and catch up on XP. Even so, we are still going to be behind. Crypto's a nice pickup though. There's B1, B2. I'm definitely going to go and level up this shark claws. It's going to be 160 damage on our board every 5 seconds. Very good. And yeah, let's go to the eating contest. Let's maximize here. I'm going to sell the trebuchet in all its glory. And Argenta. Let's see if we can get more damage. If we don't get damage, I am willing to reroll for damage as well. I'll sell the crypto to do it. It was at 8, so pretty close to its ceiling. 10 regeneration or bold under pressure. Toxic could be strong too. I'll go bold under pressure, just getting everything that'll allow me to go and do as much damage as possible. So we fall below half health each fight we haste 2 items. It may not sound like a big deal, but again, my strategy is to try and put on as much damage as possible. Okay, this dually seems to have a pretty strong burn build. They also have a mantis shrimp, which is scary too. They don't have any slow items though. Really, it's this coolant I'm worried most about. But we're also just shooting them real good. Yeah, gold coolant, freeze 2 items for 1 second, cleanse half their burn. It's pretty good. But okay. And yeah, we're just... Shark claws went off once, but that's all we needed. Alright. Okay, go to Kina. I think I'm willing to just go to the Artisan Dunes and put more damage on our Cutlass. This is going to represent another 20 damage. And Mandala could transform lighter. Could also just get a non-weapon. I'll go to middle here. I was going to say if we got a katana that could be good, and that is what we have here. What do we sell for it? It's the Clamora. Take the katana. Okay. And what am I taking off the board? I guess it's probably the bolas. The bolas and... I was going to say the grenade, but... Revolver fires quickly. Maybe it's just the bolas and the grenade. Or just like this. Yeah, I think that could be good. Okay. Do this. Preening Duelist. If we go to the Preening Duelist, we'll still level up today. And then day 5, their skill would be very good for us. Pistol sword could be good. The Trash Town Mare also has this augmented weaponry skill, which is very good. Sharpening stones could be good for us. Brass knuckles could also be good for us. Yeah, let's go to the Trash Town Mare. They have some pretty nice pickups. If we get the shielded brass knuckles, that'd work pretty well with our shark claws. It would be plus 40 on it, because it has double damage. I think I really want the augmented weaponry skill most of all. But we'll see what we get. I would also like to search for a replacement for these bolas, just something that is either has more ammo or is going off more. And, oh wow, nice. We get the augmented weaponry skill, hell yeah. Perfect. And I could go to Jules Cafe. I will go to Andy though, and just see if I can find something better. Alright, switchblade upgrade's nice. The grape shot does represent a lot less damage than the bolas, but it will be guaranteed to be going off, so it could represent more damage overall. I mean, as it stands, this is a loss of, what is that, 36? It'll be 35 damage every time. It's going off a little quicker. This also slows one item. I mean, 35 damage could make all the difference. But I guess it could, again, just be doing more damage overall. I would have to sell the grenade and the lighter to get it. Yeah, I guess we don't need it. We don't need it, but I do want it. There's also an argument for this grenade, because it just does the most amount of damage. Yeah. I'm gonna sell these things. I am gonna pick up the grape shot. It is less damage, but I think it'll overall be better for us. I'm realizing also the strength, I didn't include that, so it's not as much, not as weak as I would say it is. Okay. I am going to take the ammo cashier, and I'm going to take the gunpowder. I don't want to use it just yet. I'm probably going to put it on like the grenade at some point, but until then, I want to have the opportunity to utilize this on like some really high impact weapon. The grenade doing 2 damage I guess could be pretty good. We'll explore that in a second. First, I want to go to the docks. I have no money, and I can guarantee get a weapon here and $2, so I'll use that Mount Lazorcid. That's a good one. That's a very good one. So it's going to be a little slower, but it is going to haste the shark claws and the katana. So I think that'll make up for that. And here is a Vanessa. Do we want to put the grenade in? I guess it is just going to be more damage overall than this Fang. Yeah. Do that. I'll even put an ammo on it. Our Vanessas, if we're looking at our health, we really maximized on some chocolates. This Vanessa is also level 6, so they have comparable health, but probably more so close to like that 900 health range. So this will represent a good amount of their health. So let's fight them.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
And what do they have? Langshin, Shark Claws, Revolver, a little bit of shielding. They do have crit chance on this Langshin, which is super scary. We may have to survive a crit if we are hoping to live. We shall see. Okay, they did not crit. Nice. We survived the 1 in 4, and that's the only way we live that fight. Okay, the burst build is bursting. There's certainly ways in which we could make it even more powerful. But first, let's go to the docks. I want to get weapons here, so I'm just going to keep fishing for weapons. Grappling hook. Not really what we want. Chocolates here are really good. I am also just going to max out on it. I think that we have a lot of what we're looking for right now with our board. Getting the chocolates, selling them, it's going to give +5 damage to everything, but also just having a little bit of a higher breakpoint on our health compared to our opponents is going to be strong. And the Lone Shark has Shark Claws. I think we can defeat them as well. If we can get an upgrade for our Shark Claws or this Power Broker skill, those could be incredible. So I think ultimately I would just want the Shark Claws most. If we can also find an upgrade for Azor Sid, that would be very good. But yeah, I'll take Power Broker. Well, I guess that would Shark Claws would be better. Let's see what we get. Okay, Power Broker. So +5 to our board, not a bad thing. Now we could upgrade our Grenade or Azor Sid. Let's just check. I'm pretty sure this haste for 2 seconds. Yeah, I think that is what I want to do. The grenade also gains +50 damage, which is very strong. Oh wait, I'm crazy. It's the Shark Claws. Shark Claws every time. I don't know why I just assumed this was already gold. Here's Ayla. We don't have a ton of money, but I am willing to see if we can get like one better upgrade for our board. Powder Keg is very good. It's not exactly what we're doing. Bayonet's also good. Yeah, Bayonet is pretty good. Work well with our Cutlass. Probably better than the Revolver. Yeah. And sell the Grappling Hook. I'm willing to sell the Grape Shot too. Yeah, it's probably the Fang. I could see the Grape Shot coming in handy if we get like an ammo skill. And I'll put this over here. Yeah, okay. Definitely stronger with this bayonet. And gumballs is what I really want to do. I could get 3 of them. It's not worth it. There's also going to Barkin and selling my items and gaining +2 gold on them. Yeah, let's just get a small fishing or a small aquatic item, a pearl, sure. And just basically wanting to get some value there without having to sell our items. Alright, here's Mac. Are items in the right place? I think they are. Let's fight. Our name of the game really here is kind of trying to tempo our opponents, and by that I mean just having the most stats on our board compared to them. They do have a Staff of the Moose, which is pretty scary. I'm not as worried about this Infernal Greatsword, but really it's the Shard of Obsidian and the Moose that could be very bad for us. We are putting on a lot of damage. We are a bit slow. Okay. Well, we got there. And we would not have lived without our chocolates that we took, so just keeping a note of that. We spent a lot of money on chocolates, but it's also paid off in helping us win all these fights. And okay, there's Barkin, but let's fight a monster. Ghost Pepper. Yikes. Not sure that we beat Ghost Pepper. I'm gonna literally just put as much into our damage as we can to try and defeat Ghost Pepper. They don't really have too much for us that I would want, I think, but there could be a world where gaining like this regeneration skill could be very strong. Okay, we are bursting them. Nice. Crit on the grenade. I don't know that we needed that crit, but that was getting really scary. Scary. Nitro. Okay. B1, B2. Yeah, let's take the opportunity to upgrade Azor Sid. And Shock Trooper versus Thug. Let's go to howbazaar.gg. And what day are we at? 7? Okay. It's close. So Shock Trooper, they have good things, but I think Thug just has overall more of what we're looking for. Brass Knuckles, Spices, Strength. We're at Bronze Strength, so we can't get that. Bonk. All of this would be good. Yeah, let's fight the Thug. I've also heard this pronounced Zorkid. I'm not sure which is correct. I'll look that up later. And what do we want most of all here? It's a tough call. Gaining 40 gold could be pretty good too. It's probably just the bonk skill though. Bonk is so absurd and plays into a lot of what we're trying to do. Let's see what we get. Okay, 40 gold. Honestly, pretty nice as well. Poison skills, free skills. Let's get gold tier skills. We don't have any poison or freeze synergies currently. And lifting. Your weapons have +1 damage when you buy a weapon, increases bonus by 2. Yeah. I do want to be buying weapons. Going to the docks, taking this weapon does count as buying a weapon. Okay, there's gumballs. I also have a lot of money. Is there any slow haste or cooldown item that we would want from Tox Clocks? Could sell us a grappling hook. I don't think I want a grappling hook. I think we just want to stack our board with weapons. And yeah, I'm just going to go gumballs. This is going to represent +10 damage for us. So I will use all of it. +10 damage looks pretty nice on our board. They even gave us a lot of crit chance gumballs, which I'm certainly here for. I am going to also just sell these items off just to gain the maximum amount of damage buff for us. And let's fight this mech. That last mech was pretty scary. Let's see what this one has for us. See, they seem to be a calcinator kind of burn build. Their Philosopher's Stone's not doing a ton for them. They do have a decent amount of regen, but they have not a lot of disruption. So I think we'll be able to just burst them. Yeah, nice. Curious just to check our board, how much damage we're doing with all of our things. Katana's doing great things for us, as always. Shark Claws, grenades doing a lot of damage, doing some crit damage on it. Nice, cool. The only downside with these kind of like tempo weapons builds is once you reach the later days, it gets pretty tough to facilitate winning just because your opponents generally have like a more powerful synergy build. All this said, do I want to go to Andy? Yeah, I think going to Andy and getting some upgrades to our items could be good. I could buy the shop with Andy. I have so much gold, and that would represent more damage overall than the eating contest. So we'll go to Andy. If we can get any weapons too, that'd be great. Okay, upgrade for the Zorsid. That's nice. Ice pick. I'll take it. I'm gonna take Pesky Pete too. Definitely take the Jitte. Literally taking all these things just so that I can probably sell them. B1, B2. Yeah. Don't need to sell them just yet. Ice pick. Ice pick is pretty good. Is it better than the switchblade? I don't think so. I do not think so. And tools. I'm just gonna go get a small weapon here. Oh wow. Diamond Manta Shrimp. Jeez. We don't have any way to slow, right? Not on our board. Okay. I think we could defeat the dragon. And if we defeat the dragon, that's 6 experience. We'd go to +5, so we would need 3 to level up. So we could maybe get an early level 10, which could be good. Cosmic Rock also has crit chance skills. And I think crit chance overall could be better for us, so I will face the Cosmic Rock. It's not guaranteed that we get an opportunity to get more XP for this day here, so I like having the ability to try and get this Keen Eye skill. Getting cooldown reduction for a board would also be super impactful, so there's a lot for the Cosmic Rock that could be good for us. Even Claws, honestly, could turn out to be good. Okay, we didn't get any of those. We got Cosmic Amulet, but at least we tried. And I will take the loot just because it could be damage or cooldown reduction, and it is neither of those, but that's okay. Okay, we do have the option to fight another monster. I'm gonna do it. Oasis Guardian, so we'll be +3 after this in terms of XP. Alright. Again, probably won't be leveling up, but notably, if we did go to the dragon and beat this fight, we would have had the opportunity to get a fast level 10, and thus get a nice enchantment, but that's okay. I don't know how much we really want from this guy here. I guess the Magnus Femur, just so that it's more weapons. We get incense? Okay. And yeah, let's go to JJ, see how we can buff our board. Okay. Sell this, sell this, sell this, sell this. And probably not using Pete. Probably not using Richardson, but we do see the Sea Dog Saloon. It's not our build right now. I'll take the Calico. I'll take the Powder Keg. I'll reroll. Wow. Shipwreck notably did get nerfed. So it says your aquatic items have increased cooldown by 2, but they do get the multicast. We'll take the repeater. I don't think I'm taking this. Although with the shark claws, it is kind of crazy. And we have just shark claws and Zorsid. I mean, that could be a way to facilitate us having a really insane late game. I'm going to sell these off. I don't think we would want the mantis shrimp on board, but I could be wrong. I do kind of just want to take this shipwreck because I think it's such a strong item. It may not be something that we end up utilizing, but there is a world that I could see where we upgrade it and then our board is like like a shark claws going off twice with a Zorsid that's hasting and then some other aquatic weapons. So I think that's definitely a decent spec. Okay, this Vanessa is not level 10 either, so that's good to see. They also seem to have done some losing. They have 2k HP, we have a little bit more than them. Okay, this restorative volcanic vents is certainly scary. There's a lot of burn. We're also putting on a lot of damage. Man, this time to tinker skill is going off like crazy, alright? But we just pop them with all our weapons. Nice. Now Diamond Captain's Wheel too. Diamond Captain's Wheel, Beach Ball, Water Wheel. You know, I've tried to kind of facilitate this before. The problem is you're just hasting and not adding any stats to your board. Yeah, you do have this skill, but I think it's not enough, as we saw. Nothing against our opponent, just an observation there. And okay, well, let's go to Ayla, see if we can upgrade our board even further. We'll take the Shoe Blade. I'm not going to take the Grape Shot. We are getting a little lower on money. Okay, there's Submarine. Take the Calico. Thinking about the Submarine as it works with our Shipwreck. So our board would be like Shipwreck, Submarine, Claws, Zorsid, Mantis Shrimp. I'm willing to try it. I don't think it's better than what we have, but at the very worst, we just got, you know, +2 damage. Okay. This is pretty interesting. Shielding, we wanted more like an offensive skill. And shielding is certainly not that. What does a shielded shipwreck do? Shipwreck. Shield 20? Yeah. I'd also put it on like our claws or a cutlass. If anything, I think it would go on our shark claws, just because we know we're going to want to have that on board. Also buffs our shield items. I think I'm willing to just go for a random enchantment on this shark claws. poison. Alright. More offensive. Makes sense to me. And we have no money here. Could go to the aerodrome. I'll just take the 1 XP. Okay, there's Death Knight Reaper. I feel like we could defeat them. My only thinking is also the Bloodreef Captain has a skill that could be very good for us in the full arsenal. You have 5% cooldown reduction if you have a weapon, a tool, or a vehicle. Currently have a weapon, no tool, I guess, but 5% cooldown reduction is certainly very good. Death Knight Reaper also just has, you know, very insane things. Deadly Eye could be very great for us. A cloak could be obscene. I didn't want to try the shipwreck submarine build. I don't know that that's going to be better than what we're doing, though. Also, just the +2 cooldown and everything. So, we can also just kind of look at that real quick. So, set +2 cooldown reduction would be going off twice. So, these be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 8 items going off. Not even the mantis shrimp. It's more like 6 items going off every 8 seconds. And at 8 seconds on our current board, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think we're not there just yet. Alright, let's fight the Death Knight Reaper. There might be a world where we lose this for sure, but I think we are putting on a lot of damage. Could be mistaken. They're certainly going to heal a lot of it, and our grenade's not going to be nearly as effective. But I think we're just putting on a lot of burst. We're not going to hit him for the first round. But I think we'll be able to get him before they go off again. Yeah, okay, nice. I think we want this Deadly Eye most of all. Scythe could be good too. Maybe even the Cloak. Nice. Cloak is very good. Now with the Cloak, I think we go for Old Zane. What do we put the Cloak on board for? Your weapons have +8 for each weapon you have. Yep. The problem is I kind of want to do this. I mean, hasting the claws could be very good too, but I think this is going to be really insane. And I guess I would facilitate the optimal play from there, probably like this. I think that this is going to be more our katana going off every 1 second, just kind of rapid firing. It also makes me want to put the bayonet there. We could maybe replace the cutlass. But it's a lot of damage. Again, the shark claws might be even more correct, but I think that this is going to just do a lot of damage. And let's go to JJ here. I don't really want these things. We'll take the narwhal. Diamond. Life Preserver is good too. And yeah, I'm willing to fight an epic battle. Enclave Revenant, okay. Not sure they have much that we would like. I guess this exposing toxin skill could be good. They could also give us a shadow cloak upgrade, which would be good. Yeah, that is just so much damage. Could even check it too. 1200. Guess their shark claws could be more. Could maybe test that. No, basilisk fangs also good. I don't think we want the mantis shrimp. We've got the backpack bug. Okay, 1 second. All right, there we go. I fixed it. Basilisk fang, I do like a lot. It's gonna gain crit chance, and I'm wondering if it could be better than our cutlass. Does our narwhal make sense? Man, we are just stacking up so much damage. I guess the narwhal does kind of go off pretty quick. I don't think I'm using the grenade anymore. The cutlass does represent 2 points of attack. It's at 6. So these just go off much quicker. I'm also thinking, again, I do want to try out the shadow cloak on the toxic shark claws, because we have so many items on board now. Although, yeah, I think this might be better. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it could represent more damage overall, so I'm willing to try it. Also, I don't think our Zorcid's in the right place, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, we should have had that a little different, but that's okay. I think having the Bascul's Fang be hasted is not bad either. And let's see, they're an elemental depth charge build. Freeze is annoying, but they don't really have any way to come back from all the damage we put on them, and a little crit chance to see us on our way doesn't hurt. Doing a good amount of poison to them as well. So this went off 3 times, that went off 5 times. Yeah, I think if we had the Zorcid in a little bit of a different place, that'd be best. Okay, well, let's just correct that. We'd want maybe this. Actually, we'd want this. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Switchblade also represents a lot of damage that we're missing out on our board. It's +9 versus this narwhal, which would have just gone off twice by the time that the switchblade would have even gone off. Let's see, so the katana's going off 8 times before this happens, or 4 times rather, so that's 36 damage. Plus if we put it on like the Basilisk's Fang, so 54 damage, yeah, versus 152 damage. I think this makes more sense to have this narwhal. Alright, yeah, let's just get a small non-weapon here, I think. Nah, go JJ. Just I see a small thing, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm gonna continue that trend. I don't think we're gonna go the submarine direction here. We'll buy these to then sell these. Do I want to buy the blunderbuss? I did click it like I was gonna buy it. Yeah, I'll buy it to sell it. We don't really have like a lot of income to do this, but I think that's okay. And I will take loot if we get cooldown reduction. Oh wow, upgrade hammer, nice. Could go on our katana, certainly. Again, we don't have a lot of money. I could just put some damage on our board. Yeah, let's just do that. They're not necessarily needing it, but I think that's still fine. Full cost enforcer. Yeah, I'll save this upgrade hammer for the moment. We're also getting to the point where a shipwreck could be good, but I think we can defeat the Volcost Enforcer. I'm not 100% certain. I am going to try it though. If we could get one of their skills and then get a freeze item, that'd be good. Honestly, an icicle might be crazy too. We'll see. They do just put on a ton of freeze, especially when the stopwatch and the cryosphere go off. But our poison is going to be pretty good too. This is that scary point where the icebreaker goes off a ton, but the poison did get us there. Very nice. Okay, get a cryosphere, probably not using that one. There's Paul. I think good where we're at. Let's go to the eating contest. And I don't need to spend too much money here. I will just take the bronze tier chocolates. We're getting to the point where 150 max HP matters less. 240 is pretty good too, but let's go to Ayla. Oh, wow, Boulder. Boulder could be good. I don't think it's going to be what we're doing here.
Make me
And I
proud.
thought this was a shiny double barrel for a second. It's not, but it is an item I can buy that will buff our board. And so is the ice pick. So is the powder keg. The others are a little too expensive. I could buy the musket. Represent +2 damage. I'm okay. I'll keep going. Alright, who are we fighting? Mac. If we're fighting Mac, is there a world where I just want the katana hasted? It certainly could be the play. Just as much damage as possible. Oh, another connection issue. Yeah, Macs are generally not the battle of attrition, but I do think that this represents more damage overall, so I'd like to try it. A lot of the fights I've faced recently have been like freeze builds, so we haven't seen just how powerful that can be. But what do they have? Mortal Pestle. So they're also a weapons build, but no poppy field. Which is interesting. They also are doing a lot of regeneration now that I'm looking at it. Right. This is gonna be close. I think the floor spikes are pretty powerful. Yeah, that regeneration is pretty strong, and oof, okay. I guess they were really trying to just soul ring us to death. And okay, they had toxic incense too. Yeah, if they had a poppy field, their build would just be insane, but luckily that is not the case. And okay, upgrade here. Maybe it is the shipwreck. And if it's a shipwreck, yeah, we're just kind of far away from that. I'm gonna just do it on the shark claws. I think that's still pretty good. +40 on our weapons now. We're certainly getting to the point where this is less effective, but I still think it makes sense. And there's Andy. So I'm just gonna go to the shrouded figure and gain some experience. And here's some more chocolates, so that's more damage. We'll just get the bronze as I did before. And okay, let's sell these off. Frost Street Champion. Frost Street Champion. I'm pretty sure we can defeat. And I especially think want the hasting on the shark claws there. It's not going to do as much on the katana. If I could get the blizzard skill, that'd be pretty nice. Okay, even facilitating a nitro hammer could be good. This nitro hammer is also very big. Yeah, maybe it'll just kill us. We'll see. Nope, doesn't look like it, but it was certainly close. But yeah, this blizzard skill is certainly the one I want. Okay, we get a sapphire. Probably just +1 damage on our board. Okay, there is crit skills, but there is diamond skills, and we could get a diamond tier damage skill. That being said, crit is very good for us. I'm gonna go for a diamond tier skill. I think that could represent even more damage. And yeah, when you use a weapon, weapons adjacent to it get +9 damage. I think the middle one maybe could have been even better, doubling the damage on our board. But because we're getting into the later days here, I'm a little less inclined to take it. My reasoning is that our build is really hitting its kind of like fall off point. And if our opponents get double damage, it could be even better for them compared to us. Even us being this weapons build. That might be a little cowardice, but I think that this skill is also still very strong. And it makes me want to do this. Okay, let's fight bounty hunters though. If we can get their burst skill, that could be pretty good. There's broken shackles. Yeah, I think we just want this deal 15% of their max HP as damage at the beginning of the fight. Also, flashbang is a pretty insane item, but not the one we want. Okay, we get the net. Probably not easily utilizing the net. And I will go to Nautica here. There's captain's quarters. I do just kind of want to see if there's other weapons. Wow, there's a shipwreck upgrade. I am willing to take it. I think that with this upgrade, now we're really in the territory of wanting to find a aquatic weapons build. I could put it on the board right now, I guess. Certainly not bad. Our katana is just so strong, though. But then our shark claws is going off like crazy. We could do this. I'm willing to try that. But I don't think I'm willing to try it just yet. I think for our next fight, I guess I'll see who we're fighting first, but I would want to get like one more aquatic item, and then I'd feel really good about it. But I guess we could also just do the math real quick. So what's our highest cooldown item? 6 seconds. I guess everything will go to 7 seconds with the +1 with shipwreck. So I mean at the 7-second mark we would have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess so 10 points of damage or 10 attacks total. Our weapons are like at a pretty similar ish attack range. So versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, if we had just like one more aquatic item, I think I'd be inclined to do the shipwreck. That being said, our toxic shark claws will go off twice, which is certainly strong, but I think I'm willing to run it like this for the moment. Certainly the shipwreck could be better, but I want just like one more piece before I feel fully confident in it. I do think the katana's doing great things for us. Oh, they have an icy femur, yikes. Okay, and they also have a thrown net. So we're gonna do a lot of damage. They also have this potion. It's getting close. Yikes, okay. Again, all these chocolates allowed us to survive this fight. That's pretty wild. I think we would have lost if we had the shipwreck on board there because we would have just been a little too slow. I think. Not certain, but I think. And we still have this upgrade hammer we could use for our katana, but let's go to Midsworth here. Alright, there's the piranhas. And with the piranhas for this next fight, I do want to try that build. And I will take some more chocolates for sure. Let's sell these off. Gold tier loot, cooldown reduction would be wonderful. It's gunpowder. It's okay. Okay. So I kind of want to fight Void Colossus because I would also level up if I did that, even though Boss Hero has like all the things that we would want. Yeah, that's tricky. I think the level up could be worth it. Let's go to Void Colossus. Just getting more max HP at this point in the game would be good, and I also just do want to see how much damage we're doing with our current setup, and Void Colossus has way more HP for us to test that out. Alright, well, those seem pretty strong to me. So, what do we get? Ruby? Okay. Let me double check again how much health that Void Colossus had. So they had 4,700, which is certainly less than what most people are going to have at this point. But we did kill him pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm also just going to get some max HP. The regen matters less now. There's gumballs. So this ruby. I guess I could upgrade my narwhal. Probably just my piranha. Andy could have... Is there another aquatic item that is a weapon? Let's see, Vanessa, weapon, and the aquatic tag. Anchor, no. Mantis, no. Salt Claw could be good. Yeah. Submersible would be good too. But that's not going to be at Andy. Gumballs just also represents plus 10 damage for our board. But Andy could represent something similar. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Gumballs here. Crit chance also would be very strong. And I'll upgrade this Piranhas just so I can hit the +5 button. Alright, Gumballs, damage, and crit. We'll take it. And we could upgrade an item here. Or we could get gold tier skill. This could be damage. I also wonder if we just put the katana on board. Do this. Because it is just a lot of damage. Although, is it better than... I guess I could do the math. So the shark claws would be going off every 3 seconds compared to the katana. So yeah, every 3 seconds. I think this is actually just more damage overall compared to the 186, 84. Yeah, because it's adding too much to our board. Okay. Again, could put more damage there. Let's just go for damage skill from Orlin. We don't have 5 or fewer items, so let's reroll. There's crit chance. There's also this desperate strike. While you have less health than your opponent, your items gain +15. I think I'm just gonna go for the left eye here. I think I'm even gonna do this. Just because this has double crit damage. Seems good. Okay, here's Mac. We are going off just a little bit slower though. So we'll see how this one goes. Do they have disruption? If they're a poppy field build. And they have fangs, yikes. We could be dead before we even get up and running. And that's what it looks like, yeah. I don't know that the 1 second made a difference there, but it certainly could have. The 1 second cooldown increase on our items. That is. Okay, let's get a small non-weapon item here. Winning steel, sure. Just probably gonna sell that. And gumballs. Yeah, let's do gumballs. Sell that winning steel. Sell these off. Getting a way to like haste our board, I think would be pretty big get for us. And yeah, I'll fight the Frost Street champion yet again. We could do it the first time, could maybe do it the second. Getting the blizzard skill would be nice. They are freezing our items way more. And also I'm recognizing that our items going off twice certainly makes this way harder. But okay, the piranha said, get me in there. And it just chomped him. Cool. Alright, Snowflake. And yeah, I'll go to pearls here. Probably not going to go too deep. Flail, huh? Flail represents a lot. That would make me just want to abandon this plan. It's at least damage on our board. Haste and charge. I would like to haste and charge. One of your weapons has haste. First time you haste, I think I would like to freeze something on my opponent's boards, yes. Radiant, huh? This might seem crazy, but smattering of weapons. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think this is gonna represent a lot of damage for us. Maybe we just want our katanas going off as much as possible. I could also see taking the piranhas and the narwhal out, but I think this is going to be a lot of damage. Zorsid. Something like that. And I would like to put Radiant on something. Probably just the katana, because every time it goes off, that's going to represent over 450. Looks like 400 and, yeah, 62. Okay, here's a Mac. Well, we saw how things went last time. Is this Basilisk Fang better? Probably so. Probably than a Narwhal. So I can sell the Narwhal. I don't think we're going to be utilizing the Snowflake. I am just going to sell these off so we have the maximum amount of damage on our board. And let's fight this mech. The last mech just had a faster build than us, but we have changed our build to be faster and hopefully more damage. Alright, they have Pendulum, and this library is pretty bad for us. Yeah, that's rough. This library, just giving our items +2 cooldown is pretty tough. Okay, let's enchant something. Shielded. I would love to get like fiery on our board. I'm willing to try and roll for that. I'll put it on this Basilisk Fang, I think. Just the thing that would go off the quickest. Okay. Well, it's going to guarantee go off, I suppose.
My people need me.
I really would like to utilize this shipwreck, but as we saw, like when we're getting into these later days, we just have to be able to go and do as much damage as quickly as possible. Our weapons build has fallen off, so our kind of only hope is that we can get underneath our opponents at this point. There's a sextant, but again, I think I just want to put the damage on. And there's Ayla, sure. Alright, a little upgrade, never hurts. Old Salt Claw. Is it better than the piranhas? I don't think so. I don't think it's better than the Basilisk Fang. If we take this flail off the board, could break it down into 2 small items. Nah, I don't think that's worth it. And blowgun. Blowgun is kind of nuts. How much damage is it doing? 210. That's a lot of poison. It's also going to be given even more poison with the shark claws. I'm willing to look at that. I think the Basilisk Fang is maybe a bit better overall, but just because it has like 100% crit chance. So I can do something like this. And do this. Fight the Veteran Octopus. It is very slow, but that is a lot of poison. Also a tiny cutlass here would be pretty good too. One of the few times where I would want a tiny cutlass, but I think arms race is probably just the big get for us. And okay, well, Veteran Octopus kind of has the amount of health that we would normally be facing in these later days, so that was kind of representative of what we could do. And let's take some loot. Cinders, okay. And I will go to the Mysterious Portal. Pig? Pig could have an Atlatl. If they did, that would be crazy for us, so I will reroll. Dog? No. Okay. Toxic Landscraper, not so much either. And this tiny cutlass, it is a lot of damage. I really do wonder if the Shadow Cloak is maybe better than the flail. Yeah. I think that could be better. Okay. And I'm just going to go for broke here. Put more damage. Okay, to Vanessa. Let's just sell it all. This is our last day anyway. Is there any other optimization we can make? I don't think so. I think this is what we want to do. This Orsid is hasting the Cutlass, yeah. Let's see what they got.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with.
If they're a one weapon build, maybe we can freeze them out. They are a one weapon build. Okay. It is a pretty powerful weapon, though. Oh, and we froze the Clamora? Oh no. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But this is also kind of as we were talking about. The smattering of weapons build does just fall off in the later game because you're not synergy focused, you're just damage focused. So I feel like this kind of showcased exactly what I thought it would. We did have a lot of incredible skills, though. I mean, we really utilized all of our skills to be doing an obscene amount of damage. There's probably a better build that was offered to us, but we just kind of kept true to doing the weapon damage stuff, which I don't think is a bad thing. So I'll take that 9 victory and recognize that that's probably where I thought we would be. Either way. Let's see, completed some challenges here, win some fights, leveling up. Love to see it. Well, y'all, I appreciate you watching this video. I've been the Bazaar Whisperer. I've enjoyed this Bazaar run with you today. I think Vanessa is in a pretty good spot with all these new buffs, so kind of got to see that showcased here. But either way, I hope you all are having a very good night, and I'll see you in the next one.